There is a brand new national spelling champion this morning, and here she is, 12-year-old Anaya Vignier, who's from California. She won the Scripps National Spelling Bee last night, spelling the word Morocane correctly in order to clinch the title. She takes home a $40,000 cash prize after nearly 12 hours of spelling correctly. Well, a very good Friday morning to you, and thank you so much for waking up with the Valley today. I'm Kyle Bosch. Lisa Bedeau has the morning off. We're just getting started with nonstop news and weather all the way up to the top of the hour to help you plan your day. And we do start with some breaking news we've been following this morning. A crash involving a car and bicycle ended up sending one person to the hospital overnight. It happened around 12:30 this morning in the 600 block of Main Avenue in Moorhead. Police say the man on the bike ended up riding out in front of a car that had a green light. He was given a ticket for making an improper turn. He also complained that he was hurt and was taken to the hospital by ambulance. Police say that they do suspect alcohol was a factor in the crash. More breaking news for you this morning in the search for a woman who escaped from the North Dakota State Hospital in Jamestown. Officials say she has now been caught. 33-year-old Desiree McKay was re-arrested at Sanford Hospital's emergency room in downtown Fargo early this morning. McKay had been on the run since yesterday afternoon. She was at the state hospital as part of the Department of Corrections rehabilitation program. She's now being held in the Cass County Jail and will be sent back to Jamestown. A wanted man remains on the loose in Otter Tail County this morning, and officials are warning people to lock their homes and outbuildings. Officers are searching for this man. He's up on your screen right now, 25-year-old Jacob Siltala. Deputies say that they tried to arrest him near Dent, Minnesota Wednesday night, but he ran into a heavily wooded area. Officials did search for several hours but couldn't find him. Now, they say that they do believe he is still in the Dent area or somewhere in Otter Tail County. If you do have any information, you're asked to call the Otter Tail County Sheriff's Office or your local law enforcement. We're about to hit 6:51 now, which means it's time to get a look at weather and traffic on the ones this morning. And we get started with meteorologist Lisa Green, who is tracking what should be, looks like, Lisa, our first foray into the 90s for some parts of the valley.
It looks like it today. 92 degrees your high in Fargo and 90 in Gwinner and 80s elsewhere. This map looks very summer-like, and we've got some really warm temperatures out there right now. 63 degrees in Fargo and 59 in Grand Forks. This is just to start the day, and it is a huge difference from earlier this week and last weekend, where it was a lot cooler and it was a struggle to get to these numbers. Here's a look at your wind speeds. We are light in the east and out west, looking at some teens to about 20 miles per hour, and those winds will pick up today as we move into the later part of the day. We've got a system approaching with a cold front, and with that, the winds are going to start to increase. We're going to see those temperatures really rise, and later increasing clouds. But right now we are clear in most areas. A few clouds up to the north, but it's looking good here in the valley. There are some rain showers trying to get going over along the Missouri River north of Pierre or west of Pierre as well. But right here in the valley, we're quiet for the moment. So stepping you through our hourly planner, expect those temperatures to continue their climb back into the 80s by lunchtime, and we continue to surge into the afternoon against the mid 80s at the minimum today, into the low 90s in some spots. This is 4 o'clock. You can see those clouds starting to pop and chances for thunder showers as well in central North Dakota, moving into our western viewing area. That would be the best bet with the heating of the day still going at that point in time and into the early evening. That would be the best bet for seeing the potential for severe weather. As these storms move eastward, still possibly seeing some severe weather, but we won't have that heat driving these storms any longer late tonight. We'll still get a chance for that rain moving through. It might not be until 10, 11 o'clock tonight that we see those storms roll through. We have that marginal risk for severe weather through tonight and into early part of the day tomorrow morning. Just means one or two of these storms might be on the severe side with some hail and strong wind gusts. And this weekend, those storms clear Saturday morning, and we get some dry weather Saturday afternoon and into Sunday. Let's check it now with Al.
We're eastbound on Interstate 94 this morning, and traffic has most definitely picked up, despite the fact that school is out, because traffic is lighter in town than it normally is. But there's lots going on out here. Travel speeds are up here as well. We're looking at a good 60, 65, 70 miles an hour. Quick reminder for you, we have that stalled van. It's on eastbound Interstate 94, right by the ramp onto 8th Street in Moorhead. Make sure that you're looking out for that. I-29 traffic certainly brisk this morning as well. Make sure you are driving extra carefully today. A lot of you folks headed for the lake. And don't forget that construction zone in Glendon. Al Ahmed Valley Today traffic.
We're following some more breaking news for you overnight. The U.S. Justice Department has asked the Supreme Court to reinstate a ban on travelers from 6 majority Muslim countries. President Trump's executive order would impose that ban on entry to the U.S. from Iran, Sudan, Syria, Libya, Somalia, and Yemen for 90 days. It also suspends the country's refugee program for 120 days. The Fourth U.S. Circuit Court of Appeals ruled last week that the order is likely unconstitutional because it's based on religious discrimination. The government says that the nation will be safer if the policy is put in place. Well, developing for you this morning, several European leaders, along with the governors and mayors of several U.S. cities and states, say that they will continue to fight against global warming despite President Trump pulling the U.S. out of the Paris Climate Accord. The president announcing that decision from the White House Rose Garden yesterday afternoon, citing economic concerns. The leaders of France, Germany, and Italy issued a joint statement condemning the move and vowing to honor their commitment. Reports also indicate that Minnesota is among several states planning to move ahead with its own climate change strategy. Well, there's some new information for you this morning on a deadly corn mill explosion in Wisconsin that we first told you about yesterday. A second person has now been found dead, and one person remains missing this morning. 11 people were hurt when the blast rocked that facility in Cambria late Wednesday night. Officials say the investigation and search has been difficult because of the compromised safety of that structure. A West Fargo home is considered a total loss after a fire yesterday afternoon. A neighbor and a West Fargo police officer actually rushed into that burning home on the 900 block of 44th Avenue West in order to save the family's pets before the blaze really got out of control. Firefighters did have a little trouble with one of their newer ladder trucks. A pump on it wasn't working, which did delay them from attacking the fire from above. No one was hurt. The cause is still under investigation. An Underwood, Minnesota man is facing several charges after allegedly shooting at a home in Otter Tail County this week. Deputies arrested 35-year-old Cody Dahl Wednesday afternoon in Dent after they witnessed him stick a gun out of the passenger window of a car and fire at the home. He's now being held in the Otter Tail County Jail on several charges, including assault, discharge of a dangerous weapon, and DWI. Well, dozens of people have been sharing pictures of a white van on Facebook and warning parents to watch out. They say that the van has been moving slowly through neighborhoods. We even spotted it on the security cameras here at our station. Well, it turns out the men inside are actually delivering phone books. The company in charge of local phone book deliveries says the men are independent contractors from out of state who are using their own vehicle and say they will be going through neighborhoods in Fargo, West Fargo, and Moorhead for at least a couple more weeks. Well, it's a chance for you to grab the entire family and enjoy a great morning, afternoon, or even evening full of crafts, music, and food, all in Detroit Lakes. The Valley Today's Christy Larson has been joining us live from DL, where they are getting ready to kick off the annual street fair at the lakes. Hi, Christy.
Good morning, Kyle. This is the 17th annual year of this, and I think it keeps bringing people back because they keep doing a great job planning on all of these vendors, some favorites, some new ones, and I think that's what you said makes it so great to come back to each and every year.
Yep. Some people, they show up here because they know specific vendors are coming and they buy from them every year, but like you said, we have so many new vendors this year. It's a great variety. We have so many more things to add. We're really excited.
And we talk a lot about those artists who are hand making things. They're getting their booths set up right now, but also my stomach's growling because all I can smell is donuts in the air and thinking about all those food booths too.
Yes, I cannot wait for lunchtime.
Yes. And so if people are kind of thinking, why should I come back this year? What do you kind of tell them?
Well, there's so much to do. There's really something for everyone, for all ages, everybody from kids, adults. You know, we have a beer garden, we have live music, we have great band lineup. You can find that online at our website, what the lineup is. There's kids activities, there is so many vendor booths with something for everyone to choose from, and all the food.
Yeah.
Clearly.
We obviously are very focused on food. We're a little bit hungry, but you can see, you know, you have some booths where you stop and you go shopping. There's even a booth where you can do some of your own painting. So again, everything kicks off today at 10 a.m., goes until 7 p.m., and then it's happening again on Saturday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. And Kyle, that list of maybe those events that you want to come out to or the vendors, they're all up on valleynewslive.com. You just have to go and click on our hot button. Sounds
great. Christy Larson reporting live in Detroit Lakes this morning, where they are getting ready to open up the annual street fair at the lakes. Thanks, Christy. Well, take a look at this. A water tower in Sussex, Wisconsin has been turning a lot of heads. A contractor was painting over the name, but had to stop after the first 3 letters were covered to take a break, and that left the typo that a lot of people are talking about. Most people in town seem to be getting a kick out of it. The contractor says that the sign spelling out SEX will be painted over soon, but they do still have to paint the other side of the tower, and he can't guarantee it won't happen again. Maybe you just start the other way. I mean, it just seems kind of logical if you do the XES first.
Yeah, probably should have thought that one out a little bit.
I don't know. Anyway, let's get our answer now to our question of the morning on Facebook. 27% of people do this, only do this before they go on a road trip. The answer, get that car all cleaned up. Good weekend, maybe to get out on a road trip to Lakes Country.
Yeah, it's going to be gorgeous today. We've got heat, though, so make sure you're ready for that. Stay hydrated out there if you're going to be outside in this. 80s to low 90s, lots of sunshine with that chance for storms rolling in later today.
But we've got more local news and weather coming up. The Valley Today not over just yet. Flip on